welcome to fantastic Hosier Lane in Melbourne, Australia. This is an incredible, dynamic street that is full of street art, artists, and it's always changing. Images are being painted over the top of each other, but the buildings, they're the same. They haven't changed. What did they used to be? And why is that relevant to our story today? Come wandering with us. So culturally, art is the expression of a community and an artist, a person and an idea at a particular time. And it is engaged in, observed, read, understood and enjoyed later. It is a moment in time that is up to the consumer to interpret. And this is exactly how books work, exactly how art works, how poetry works. Whoever constructed it, the artist, cannot tell the person who is receiving that art how to receive it. Their own experiences, their own understanding of the world is what shapes how they view, how they interpret and how they acknowledge that art. Why did you come to Hosier Lane?
I came Hosier Lane because of very popular, and around the world I know the history, a lot of history, but it's very beautiful here.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, very interesting place here. I really like it.
It's got some interesting social commentary in it as well, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So things like behind us we have commentary on women's rights.
Women's rights,
all of the things that women might hope to actually achieve, like closing the wage gap and the things that are important to us. When you look at the street, what do you see?
When I look in the street, I feel like, wow, this is like a real culture. Everything is like the feeling make me happy. Feeling make me very incredible.
Does it make you it make you think about any issues?
Yeah, any issue. I think the writing every word is different. I feeling everything is walk wrong, make me feel how to say this, amazing.
We're going to talk to Nima in a second about exactly why he creates art.
So as an artist, I like to get to know people, and most of my inspiration comes from people like you. And this lane is a happy lane for everyone, but after 9 p.m. so many things changing here every night, because everyone coming here, they want to keep the church on. So this is my wall. The artist thinks this is my wall. Buy your paintings next to my wall. But the thing is, I want to use this money, let's make it through order to make sure keep it peace. Yeah, so many things I like about here. Just I have more freedom. As a Christian, I have more freedom. This is my space. This is my art. I could go anywhere I want. I could paint the St. Kilda, I could paint in Barham Bay, in Melbourne, anywhere. So I feel like I did a good choice.
And each year, do you choose differently?
Each individual painting is different.
It's different.
All of them.
why we consume art is a different question to why we create art. Why we create art may be for us and it may be for the consumer, it may be for both. It's probably, in fact, for both, a reciprocal relationship, because you might ask yourself, does art exist if there's no one to consume it? Well, actually probably it does, because it's something coming from someone. But we know that when we put it out there that it's coming back into our senses as well. So there is that feedback cycle going on. What do you feel that you get from art, buying art, being a part of art, and how art is created?
Well, for myself, we're all artists, but depending on the medium, so many mediums in today's day and age. Your blogging.
Like YouTube?
Yeah,
exactly.
YouTube.
Yeah.
For myself, I'm not an artist per se. I'm a chef, so I express my art in that way.
You're an artist with food?
Yes.
Yeah. One of the things that's interesting is that because this is a real tourist destination, we get people from all over the world. And Nima, the artist behind us, is from Azerbaijan and Iran, so affectionately known as Persia. And his cultural reading of a lot of the things on the wall will be different to the people who are from China, the people who are from Italy, the people who are from... What's your ethnicity background?
To the best of my knowledge, Pondic blood. Yeah.
So, I think in Australia, any given person has bringing to this country an incredible diversity of cultural influences that all reflect themselves in how they contribute to our society today. And interestingly, that's exactly what we do ourselves when we grow each day through different experiences that we may come back to the next year that look like they're going to be the same experience, but they're not, because something's changed. And what is it? It's us. We've changed, haven't we? We've gone through different things. We've become different people. And then when we go back to what we thought was the same, just like Hosier Lane, there's a little bit different here, there's a little bit different there, and before you know it, we realize that we're actually getting more information and more insight about ourselves, our community, and the world we live in. Do you think this is graffiti or street art?
I guess it's street art. And
Street art?
Yeah, part of graffiti as well.
As well? So
Yeah.
it's a little bit of both?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So it's okay with you that it's vandalism as well as an expression of cultural identity?
If it's, there's a permit from the council, I think, yeah.
And this is Joel. And
I'm actually homeless.
he can
actually,
introduce
Joe.
himself.
Yeah, I'm fucking homeless. I just got new clothes today, and I was wearing the same clothes for the past 3 weeks, and they fucking stink. Yeah. And
Did you ditch them and just go with the new
I
ones?
kept them because like I got given the shorts, and they're my favourite shorts. They're Speedo shorts, and like I could tuck them in to my undies, like in my goods, when I'm feeling really confident, and they go extra short. And like I like them on there.
This space is a space for everybody, isn't it? It's a space that speaks to everybody in different ways, yeah, Joel?
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
This place.
You were telling me some incredible facts about some of the art around here.
Okay. Yeah, facts. They're like,
What about this piece
they're
here?
layman facts. These are the layman tags with layman normal talent on the street. Very normal. Like, if anyone wants to come down here and paint, I suppose you can do it. There is a spot for you. You know, like there's many spots, and most of them are pretty shit. You could even go over a $10,000 piece, apparently, and no one will fucking care. And like, people say that they'll come and fucking fight you for it and that, but I've set up a fucking ring here
No one's fought you.
Legit. That's my ring there. See, it's been here for 2 weeks. You know, I put 4 corners on this fucking bitch, like right here. This is Hosier Lane. This is just the offside alley. Hosier Lane cameras, offside alley, no cameras. Porn, punchlines, you know, girls, drinking, drugs, all the fucking good stuff down this part. And this is where the shittiest tags are that you would find, you know. And they're my favourite ones.
You know what? I think this is the most colourful section.
It is. Look at
Isn't
all.
it?
Yeah.
It's incredible. It's got so much in it. It's layers on layers on layers on layers. This is a little bit more respectful and constructed.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I respect everything on the actual strip. This part, like I do respect everything, but it doesn't mean that I won't go over anything. And that's not because I'm a somebody. It's because I'm confident. That's all it is. I'm not that good. I'm not that good, but like anything that I do in anything is like good because I'm doing it. Like because there's just like fucking there's a.
Why do you paint?
I paint because it makes me feel younger, and it makes me feel like a rascal. Like, you know, I like tags.
So do you like the vandalism side
I
of
like
things?
vandalism. I love it that like some people will go to the extent of like coming and screaming at someone for spray painting on their wall. But then if they come and like if a different person came and done something that's worth a shitload of money, you know, they'll be like, oh, it's okay. Like, fucking, thank you for painting my wall. Fuck you, man. Fuck you, gimp. Like, buddy, you know, that person that has to, like, you know, do that fucking mural on your wall for free because he just felt like it.
So
And now he doesn't feel like
yeah?
feel like doing it anymore because you're out there going, yeah, man, fucking, yeah, that's my wall. It's like, well, fuck your wall. I'm gonna wreck it. I'm gonna get someone to come and wreck it as soon as I finish. You know, I don't even want you to look at my paintings because you don't respect where someone starts. You know, where someone starts off with a fucking dot. Like, you know, like just doing dots like everywhere, like, you know. Changing the fucking nozzle on the end of the spray paint can and being amazed of getting a dot this big and then a dot this big. You know what I mean? And like when I was a kid, like fucking, you know, it was a little bit harder to get stuff, and it was always harder and harder as the years got earlier. And
so let's go back to what you were telling me, which was brilliant, about how you start when you paint. You start with a small dot.
Yeah, lines.
All of this starts
tags, like fucking
with a small dot.
Like you always start off like admiring someone else that does it.
Okay.
You know, like you always see something like, you know, you've got to have seen that person in your area. Like it doesn't matter how good or shit they are, just like their name is everywhere. You know what I mean? And you don't even know who they are. And like you could even say to someone that's sort of like the same mindset as you, like, have you seen like this word? Like, yeah, I've heard that the person is crazy. He sleeps on the street, he drinks, he takes drugs, he's like, he gets paid, you know, he spends like all the money, man. He's got nothing, bro, but like when you're with him, you think he's got everything, so like you stick around. Someone to be known in Melbourne is Jizzo. You know, there's a guy named Jizzo, this is his tag here.
Let's go find Jizzo's tag.
Jizzo. See that? That's all like style. Look at the J, the I, the S, the O, massive E.
Wow.
You know, Jizzo. And he's the only person that I know personally met that's on scene that's got a name for himself. Because Jizzo's also on YouTube. So it's probably been like, I don't know, 10-15 years since that was like shot, like, you know. But it's old shit, and the small glimpse of what you get of when he's like sitting down going through albums of like what he's like actually painted trains, because that's the whole goal. Like, you know, you want to paint a train so you have running advertisement. Because I don't think this alleyway is that cool. I think it's just the only one. You know, it's the only one like this.
I think it's in the guidebooks.
You can do whatever you want here almost. Like,
What's your tag?
I got ugly around here, but I've got a special one which no one's ever gonna know.
Okay.
You know, that, like, you know, I'll fucking protect that one.
It's not
people will know, but like, you know, like fucking, it's just gonna be like, that'll be like the secret one, you know, that I'll let loose like away from Melbourne. Maybe come back.
So whether or not we have self-awareness, as we've just heard, is probably something that really guides us through our everyday. Are we walking around oblivious to what's around us, and inside us, in fact? Are we able to own what we're seeing, what we're feeling? Do we understand it? Or do we just sort of say, don't know? Is Hosier Lane an excellent and awesome expression of people taking their insides out, putting it on the wall and saying, from this little dot, I grew into somebody who could make this piece of work, and also give it to the world in such a way that I know that it's impermanent, that it won't be there maybe in 2 weeks' time, because somebody else has come along and made that same generous commitment to this dynamism, this, maybe it's optimism, maybe it's not, maybe it's a little bit of everything, maybe it's that duality playing with our minds again, maybe it's a little bit of hope and a little bit of loss all in one. Oh, hello. Oh my goodness.
So you're going to be part of your show now.
Yeah. Hello. Oh. What's the bird's name?
Captain Zero.
Chapin Zero. Captain Zero would like to say hello and come wandering with us clearly. And he's an artist, because look at his feathers.
What it is? We kiss you.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And again, I'm getting French kissed by a bird.
That's my bird.
Hello, baby. I hope you don't have psittacosis. Lovely bird. Lovely artist. Incredible experience. Thank you for coming wandering with us today. It's been different, hasn't it? Remember, I think the key points: freedom comes with a little bit of constraint, and dynamism and change are the things that we need to embrace. See you next time on Wandering Torah Girl.